dogfish shark and get some of the extra stuff off. Now, if you were here last week, you saw us. We actually got a female, but they cut out the uteruses and stuff, which we couldn't have all the fun stuff. But it was much bigger, and it was pretty cool. But you can see all the cool stuff. We've got our dorsal fin. Where's your dorsal fin?
You don't have one.
You don't have one. Excellent answer. But it would be right here on your back. Okay. Now, pectoral fins. Where's your pectoral fins? That's your arms. Okay. Here's the pelvic fins back here. Where's your pelvic fins? That's your booty. And this would be your feet. Okay. If you want an analogy, that's how we do it. It also has another dorsal fin back here. Some even sharks even have an anal fin right here. And you can tell how fast they are, slow they are by the size of the different ones. Let's talk about some of the other things we can see. These little holes right here. That is the spherical, that's what pulses, that lets the water through their gills. So this is a carpet shark. They'll hang out at the bottom. Okay, eyeballs. Are they very big or very small for this size? Big. So this is a visual hunter. It likes the murky water. And of course they do have teeth. Not a whole lot of them, no. Not a whole lot of them. Here's our nostrils. And if we can zoom in and lean even closer, you see all those little pores, that's where there are electrical receptors right there. So let's turn him over. How do we know this is a boy? Well, right there. That tells us it's a boy. These two little things right here. Let me show you this real quick. Focus in right there. They have something extra inside of them. Ouch. Okay, we'll stop on that point. Okay, and here it is. This is a cut that was made to put the latex in our shark. Sharks don't have latex in their blood vessels. You have to put it in there. That's why the tail is cut off. You can actually see the cartilage and the latex in there. Very strong muscles. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. Now this is not a dissection that's going to give me a good grade in a marine biology class. This is get in so we can see the parts and get out. Oh, one last thing. The skin, when you rub it this way, all the dentites line up to allow the water to slide right off of it. But when you rub this way, it feels like sandpaper. And I'll let you guys do that as well. So I'm actually cutting technically against the grain. Here's the cloacia way back here. That's for females, that's reproduction and waste. For males, that's the waste. Okay. So let me get in here and get a good solid cut to start. There we go. See all the pieces. Here. That one's a little dull. There we go. That's what I want to see. Yeah, this is good biology class. We also did this class for teachers, so they could go and teach this to their kids. But they had a little bit more detail than this. They got to spend how long, Lisa? About an hour with the shark. So, but they got to go all kinds of places. And it was led by someone from the zoo in collaboration with us, as we had the shark exhibit. All right, now coming up to the gills. The gills are rather difficult, and I have to really be careful, otherwise I'm going to cut myself. Because to see what's up here, got to get through that gill slit, then we got to spread it out, because this is the cool part up here. That's the heart right there. Okay. Now I'm going to make a couple of cuts to kind of help hold him open. Well, okay, let's do this fast. Sorry. There we go. Normally I don't like to do that. You will not get a good grade if you do that in your marine biology class. And I'm going to make a cut right here. Kind of open him up a little bit more. And then a cut right here. Now, why would somebody want to catch a shark like this? Remember, the female's a little bit bigger, and they get much bigger than this. About that big, about that wide. This is one of the small ones, because the big ones, guess what they're used for? Fish and chips in London. If you've ever gone to London, you ordered fish and chips, and you weren't specific for the type of fish you wanted, you got this. It's called rock salmon. Okay? So, yeah. All right, so what do we see? We see a big, long, everything's tightly compacted in. In fact, I'm going to make another cut down here so we can get some of this area out. Okay, there we go. This big, huge gray thing that you see right here, that is the liver. Just like in us, it's the biggest organ in the body, but unlike ours or any other liver you've ever seen, you cut a piece of this liver off, put it in water, it floats. Because it has an oil called squalene inside. Now what is squalene used for? Ladies, I hate to say this, check your cosmetics. It might be in your lipstick, it might be in your oil of Olay. Thank you guys for coming on. You're doing your IMAX. Good job. Okay, so yeah, kind of nasty. Alright, so it's one lobe. See how slippery that is? Yeah, very slippery. 2 lobes, and then the 3rd lobe is up here at the top. So we have our stomach right here, our duodenums, our pancreas, and then basically this is their upper and lower intestines combined. All in one tightly compacted zone. Now you see all these little membrane lines? Food does not go straight through. Food goes in here, it goes around and around and around and around and around and around, and like a spiral stair. That increases the surface area it has for absorption so it can get more nutrients out of the food. Then it comes out here. There's another gland back here, this little thing right here. That's the anal gland. That's where they absorb and secrete salt so they can stay osmotically even with the salt water that they're in. Okay. Kidneys, really small. It's the dark gray that you see along the back right here. Very small. And these 2 things right here, one here, that is the boy parts on the outside. On a mammal, they're outside. They're on the inside here. So kids, even though they're in here hitting a shark right here, it's not going to make its eyes cross. Okay? It's too thick. Why are they inside? Because they're not mammals. They need to keep them warm. So they have to be on the inside. So this tube right here is how stuff from there gets all the way down to there. Okay?
Is that the baby in there?
No, there's no baby in here because this is a boy. Okay? Now here is the heart. It's 2 chambers. Here's the chamber right here. That's the atria. And it goes all the way around to this side. Okay? That just fills up with blood. There's no pumping mechanism in that at all, just like in ours. It's a balloon basically. It pumps out, then it falls back as gravity pulls in. This is the part that pumps, but since it's only a 1 chamber, it just goes dub, 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 no love, dub, like that. Okay? Now where do they get their oxygen from?
Water.
Water. So what do they need?
Gills.
Gills. So they need to get some gills. So let me cut or get some of this oil off my hands. Yeah, it's nasty. Okay? Because we're going to try to go through the gills. Yeah, very tough. It's bones, basically. Now, if you really like stuff like this, I'm going to tell you there's a TV show for you. It's called Inside Nature's Giants. PBS is just now starting to air this in the United States. It was a Channel 4, which is Ireland's BBC, production, where they not only did sharks, they did elephants, tigers, lions, boa constrictors, and they filmed it so you can watch all the cool stuff. And there is one called Inside Nature's Giants, Great White Shark. So the gills, and it did not want to open up a little bit, there we go, are kind of flaky. See that little layer right there? Kind of flaky. Very filamenty. So water goes, yes, it's not focusing, it's called that manual focus, I'll have to fix that later. Alright, so that is the formal portion. We will not go into the brain because one, I got to get through the brain, through the cranium, and it's very difficult. And then when you see it, you're like, that's it? Because think about it, it's not a dolphin, it's a shark. Sharks do one thing, well, 2, 3. They eat, they poop, they make other sharks. So that's it. That's all they do. So they have a very good autonomous system, your cerebellum system, but you're in a frontal lobe for olfactory systems, but everything else is just reaction. That's all it is. So the fun part for me is over. Now it's the fun part for you. So I hope you guys had a good time. If you'd like to see this again or bring some other family members up, every Saturday at 1 o'clock is when we do this, and usually we're in here until about 2:30. Today, because of all the other stuff that's going on, we did it at 12, and then we're going to be doing another class in the auditorium at 1 o'clock called FISI, which is basically the fire ice class, and the electric show. Hopefully try to combine as much of it as possible.
Emma, it's time to touch.
Allergic to latex. allergic to latex?
It's time to touch.
Blue gloves. If you don't know if you're allergic to latex, you will find out very quickly when you come up here. Okay?
Was latex in the dissection frog that we did?
What? Outside.
Was latex?
You have
You're probably not allergic to latex. Latex is the gloves.
chances are they're not going to take their gloves off correctly. We can go on either side.